we should keep experimenting. You never know where you land up. But it's very, very encouraging to know word of mouth exists. You know, there was a phase where people thought कि सिर्फ first day पे जो देखने गए वही देखने गए. It's nice to know that a film can play in the theaters more than a week. There was a huge phase in between where I had lost belief कि एक दो हफ्ते से ज़्यादा चलती है picture शायद. That's the encouraging sign for me that people still go on a weekday to watch a film. It's not so much about अरे आज सिर्फ family को लेकर जाते हैं. It's about we've got good stuff. Let's go see it and we'll form our own opinion about it. That's the encouraging sign that the audience is coming into theaters based on awareness and likability of a film.
You know, I'm going to ask a question to Bhumi. Bhumi, something we spoke about, earlier off stage. You asked whether, we were talking about Dum Laga Ke Aisha, and you said it was a great role, and you said that any actress would have done it because it was a great role. And I really want to open that out. Is that really a role that any actress would have done?
I like how you're looking at me as you say any actress.
No, I think
we are not in December.
I think of you as as the seasoned one on this table.
Yeah, I'm a thespian according to Tahir. Considering me and him made our debut together, he has called me old, but he was not purana. Sorry.
Do you feel like, do you all feel like that was a part that any actress would have done? My personal opinion here was that I don't know how many established actresses currently working in the business would have taken that part, although it is a great role, we know it now, we've seen the film. And also I don't know if someone who was aspiring to be an actress, aspiring to be the next Deepika Padukone would have wanted to do that part. I'd love to hear what you have to say.
I look at it today is that people know actors today want to push themselves. They want to do new things, and that's why I told you that maybe any actor would have done it, because it definitely is a very big challenge in itself. And today again, as I even spoke about the kind of exposure we've had, like the kind of television I watch or the kind of cinema I watch, I am encouraged to do new things. As an actor, I hope even my next film is someplace, it's not only about a physical transformation, there's a lot more that goes into your character. And I feel even if you keep her weight aside, Sandhya in itself was penned down so well that I definitely think any actor would do. Just transferring yours. For me, the biggest challenge was not the weight. For me, my biggest challenge was how do I turn the Bombay girl in me, how do I turn Bhumi into Sandhya? Okay, because I'm from Bombay, I've lived here, I haven't been to Rishikesh or Haridwar many times. That was a challenge for me, and I feel definitely any actor would do it, because today people want to do exciting work. They always want a rush. So definitely, at least my take on it is that for sure.
I always thought that Bhumi's character, in fact Sandhya's character in Dum Laga Ke Aisha, had to be a newcomer's zone, because that person, the actor, had to come without the baggage, and she needed to be cute, vulnerable at the same time, and attractive also. Being overweight, of course, weight was part of the character of the film, I think. But she had to be vulnerable and cute at the same time, and a newcomer could have, given a lot to the table. And Bhumi did a spectacular job with that.
Also, perhaps if it was in fact an established actor, the conversation possibly would have been only about the weight, and it would have turned out to be just a gimmick, perhaps, and not look at the whole film. But the truth is, it's true of all the three of you and the films that you've done. I mean, whether it's Vicky Donor, whether it's making your debut, as a villain in Mardani, or as you spoke, Arjun, about making your debut in a film like Ishaq Zadeh. I mean, Tahir, you said, you don't use the word struggle, but you've been trying to be an actor for 5 years before you made your debut. Could you have done this kind of film 5 years before Mardani came out?
I think my character in Mardani, again, like we've been crediting the audience so much, has a lot to do with the kind of TV shows that they've been watching. Internationally, if you watch a lot of stuff at the moment, what's in vogue are grey characters, or characters who wouldn't be characterized as your typical, I'm talking about Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, or even Matthew McConaughey. You've got, or Breaking Bad, the show that the character in Mardani was called Walter White. So I don't think 5 years ago, before this Netflix wave had started off, an audience would have been ready for what you now call an anti-hero. Yeah.
You want to add to that?
I think they've stopped looking at it as the hero-villain dynamic. That's pretty much as simple as that. It kind of, I won't say broke, it's just the transition happened where there's a sense of likability to seeing somebody who's vulnerable and not being able to see, my character was vulnerable and he was impressionable, so he made wrong choices.
Right.
That does not define him as the archetypical villain who's a megalomaniac who wants to dominate the world. There are characters who make choices and he has a consequence. His mother dies in the film. So you're seeing a journey. There are reasons, there are logics, there are emotions you feel even with that character. So he's not a two-dimensional villain designed for hero ke marega. He's a character who has reasons for being the way he is. He was literally the guy who was banished from his family. He lived in a room. He wanted acceptance from his family. He gets slapped. His ego gets hurt. And he decides to take revenge so he can get into his political family zone. He's only thinking from his personal selfish point of view, which people understand now. So the character, people understood why he did something wrong. So there is a sense of, if I met this guy, I might not like what he's done, but I understand where he came from. So, like I said, the relatability has increased over the course of time, and the characters are much more defined. It's not just a kutta mein tera khoon pee jaunga kind of villain that's happening. Yeah, so that helps. The characters are layered.
I also thought, sometimes you're selfish as an actor, and sometimes you're selfish as a star. If you're selfish as a star, then I think you'll think about how likable I look for the masses. And if you're selfish as an actor, you'll always think that, what kind of opportunity is this for me to establish myself as an actor? I think if we prioritize the actor in us before the star, I think we will cut the mark. We'll always crack the code.
And it's not only the negative. So I'll tell you something which there were a few people who came up to me and had this conversation when I agreed to do 2 States. And when it released, there was a sense of, but you didn't have any Delhi one in you. Your entire family was North Indian. And I was like, but that's not how everybody in Delhi talks. So I made a choice of not sounding like, kuch nahi hota, dekh lenge, khaiyo, piyo, jaiyo, because I wanted him to feel and sound different. So he's not just his mother's son, he's a person on his own. Because the mother anyways was very Punjabi. So you also make choices as an actor to kind of segregate your characters that allow audiences to feel, okay, this is a different person, he's not just another character you've seen in some other film. And even for that matter, like he said, if you're not selfish, like I never realized 2 States, I'm not playing the conventional Hindi film hero. I don't take the girl and run away. He's not a rebel, but all that worked because the character was correctly defined by the director and he executed it very nicely. So that was a nice learning experience. A lot of people said, "Arey yaar, isme gaane kitne?" And I was like, "Honge yaar, 4-5 bari." The thing is, the journey was very interesting, and his choices as a character were very interesting. That is what makes it interesting for the audience also today.
I think people in premium institutes, they don't talk like IOJ. You're playing a nerd in that one.
Exactly. No? So, but the thing is, there are some people who kind of tried to have this conversation that why wasn't there a Delhi-ness to you or a North Indian-ness? No, I could have put my nameplate Kapoor over there and to make it North Indian, but he was a North Indian.
If you meet people in IIT, IIMs, they all sound the same.
And they're very straightforward in the sense that they're very straight. Yeah. And they'll blur in a crowd. Calculatively.
Now, one of the questions I want to ask is the audience maturing more rapidly than the industry? And is that why a whole different bunch of films are being accepted, but not enough perhaps are being made?
I think definitely, and that's got a lot to do with what we're dealing with at the moment of who are our films for. Like Arjun rightly brought up to say that today, if you want time pass, you've got so much just at the touch of a button, or you can download or stream. But what's great is that if 10 years ago, like independent directors and producers were writing out-of-the-box stuff that was going on to the festival circuit, today you have large productions like YRF and Dharma who, if they don't have that kind of content within their production houses, they're collaborating with those writers and directors and making out-of-the-box stuff because they know that their audience is between 15 to 28 and that audience is very rapidly expecting different ideas, different from what they've been seeing. So if you're not adapting, you're losing out very fast. So definitely, I feel that you see a generation gap now in 5 years. You see the different things.
If I can give an example of myself, I've experienced this very recently. What you're talking about maturity, I think it's more about. I had Teva release in January, and it has all those ingredients and qualities that you look for in an entertaining film that most people would step out to a theatre and watch. And we've seen year after year that those films have an audience and they do well. That audience is now bored. So they're saying, ये तो 2 महीने में टीवी पे आने वाली है, हम टीवी पे देखने ही वाले हैं. So what are you giving me that I have not seen my other stars do? You are a young actor, you have promised me so much more than just the quintessential entertainers, and yet you're flattering to deceive me by giving me everything that all the others are also giving me. So they want you to have a voice and an identity of your own. I think that is what the reality is. The audiences, it's not that they've become your ardent admirers and they blindly watch what you're making. The people say, आपके segment of fans, I believe there is an audience acceptability we've got. But you make them fans by a body of work over a course of years and over a course of your filmography being different. Like you see Anil Kapoor's filmography, Aamir Khan's filmography. These are actors who survived trends. They've survived these waves. They've survived everything because they've made very strong, bold choices. For every Tezab, there is an Ishwar. You know, he does a Gajni, Aamir, and then he does a Delhi Belly as a producer also, or he'll do whatever stuff that he does choose to do. Bahut dil chahta hai Lagaan. I think it's come down to the audience saying that we don't expect the run of the mill from you guys because you guys are us. And you can't cheat us by giving us the stuff that everybody else is also giving us. Give us something new at least. Give us something more than just the typical generic stuff. I think that is, they're becoming more demanding in a good way. Maturity obviously has happened because the exposure has happened. But it's also, there is a demand of give us more. We don't want the run of the mill.